You've probably seen these on my channel now and you know I sell the digital download file. Well, I thought I should make an instructional video showing you how to assemble this or how to adjust it if you've bought either a physical version or if you buy the digital download version. So this video is going to be taking you through how to assemble your 3D printed part. Obviously this isn't for everyone, this is quite niche, but I wanted to have a video out there to help you guys. I don't just want to sell you something you have to assemble and not show you how to do it. So if you're interested, give it a watch. I sell them on my shop. If you're not interested, thank you for getting this far and have a great day. So I just wanted to start off by letting you know what you're going to need. So in your file, when you get it, you've got the top, which is, I've done it in green, but you can obviously do it whatever color you want. You have the middle piece, which is right here, and take note, there are grooves on one side and not on the other. Then you have your base as well. So they are the bits you're going to be 3D printing. You're also going to have your grippers, and these ones are for the XL self-centering jig, which are 40mm in height. And they use an M6 by 40 screw. So mine are a crosshead or a Phillips head. You can get whatever type of head you want. They just need to be 40mm in length to work with that. And you also need an M6. I use a nylock nut, but most M6 nuts should work for this. Then finally, obviously a screwdriver and whatever head type you are using with your screw. Now this particular bit is not necessarily needed, but I add it to all of my jigs. So when I sell a physical version of these and send it to someone, I always use a bit of WD-40 because it gets a lovely smooth action. And we will be doing that in this video. In terms of assembly, very easy. Take your grips, take your screw. There is a tapered edge at the top of it, so just pass the screw through the edge with the taper. Do that on all 4 screws, as I'm quickly about to do right now. And then once you've done that, put them aside and your nuts in one side. So let's talk assembly. The first 2 parts we care about is the top and the middle. And like I said, the middle piece, there is a smooth surface with no grooves and a hole in the top. There is a bottom surface which has a grooved edge. So that is the bottom, that needs to face down just like that. And then the lid, or the top, sorry, you have one side which has an extruded surface that will go into the top surface there, as you can see right there. So it should naturally smooth. It should naturally spin around just like that. But like I said, what I personally like to do, and this is just something I do for longevity of it, I put a little bit of WD-40 on each part there. Then I put the lid on, or the top on. I press it together and I just smooth it around. And then what you get is a very smooth, nice mechanism then. And I just personally like it because it feels good when you open and close it. So that is step 1. The next thing we'll need is the screw and the nut. And the reason for that is we are going to grab our assembled piece. Coming in through the top surface, we are going to pass. And if you look closely, you'll see there's gaps. You need to pass the screw, and I usually do the inner face. Pass the screw through the top, and you should see it will poke up through the bottom there. And then get your nut and just offer it up. It should fit in there really snug. Offer it up like that and just manually tighten it, just so that it doesn't go anywhere. And if you use these nylock or these nylon nuts like I do, you can only manually tighten it so far, and then we'll need to use a screw in a minute. We're going to do the same now for the other 3 screws, so I will do that for you guys in front of the camera, just so you can see how quick and easy this is. And I've done this probably nearly 100 times now, so I might make it look a bit easier. It is a little bit fiddly, but you'll be okay, trust me on that. And if you're watching this and you don't have this, so I sell a digital download version of this file, and there is a version for the F2 which you can just see there. Or I actually, if you haven't got a 3D printer yourself and you don't want to 3D print it, I actually sell the assembled versions which I assemble and I send out to you. So they are now loosely in there. You'll see they've got a bit of flex, but if you twist it, at this point you can open and close it. But the next part is critical now. So if I try and get an angle here, you'll see there is a bit of a gap between the bottom surface there and the top surface there. What we want to do is, I always bring them in close and I push my finger against the bottom side of it, and then on the top surface I will just screw it until, the secret here is to tighten it. Well, you can tighten it as much as you want, but if you tighten it enough, you want that to be able to turn, but you don't want it to be you don't want it to be stiff. You want it to be loosely turnable, like that, like I've just done there. So once again, push the back in, push the nut in, tighten it. I mean, I've done this so many times now that I usually get it right first time, most time, but just do all four like this. And then once you feel like you're good, what I recommend doing is opening and closing it. And if you've got resistance, then you might have tightened it too much. If it feels a bit loose and it gets a bit stuck, that means normally they're a bit too wobbly and you want it close. So once you've done it, have a little twist. If any of them turn too easily, like that one there, I'll just tighten it a little bit more. And now I'll go back out and turn it, and it's still a little bit loose, to be honest with you. There we go. There we go. So there's a little bit of resistance, but it turns. A little bit of resistance, it turns. That one is a bit too tight, so I'm going to loosen that off a little bit. Just like that. And now it turns the same. And then that one's good. So now, as you can see, smooth motion. It goes in and out, and we are happy with that. I mean, if you put an item on there now and you twist it, it will grip it and centralize it. I mean, it's not the best item to showcase it, but you get the gist. So, easy part left. You have your little nodule there, a little cutout, and on the base you will have a cutout there. So centrally locate it on the F2 Ultra. On the F2 version, so the version that goes in that, the smaller version, what I will say, it's not central like that. It is slightly offset, a bit like that, to allow it to fit inside of the actual F2 and close the lid. You don't need to do that on this one though. So centrally locate it. And then what I do is hand on the back, hand there, and push together. You should hear a click, that's normal. And then once it is in place, you can loosen, you can tighten, and then you can also rotate the base like that, which gives you full adjustability. And there you have it. You now have a fully assembled L3D Accessories Self-Centering Jig. If you find you use it and it gets a bit resistant, sometimes you can engrave it and it can get stuck in there. You can always manually adjust these yourself or give it an air duster and blow it out. But you'll see you've got your 4 screws. To tie this down to the base, you need an M4 thumb screw, but we are good to go. There you have it. We have fully assembled it. It's working, it's good. So as I said, if you are interested in getting yourself one of these, check out the links in the description. I also sell pre-assembled ones that I actually build myself and send out to you if you don't have a 3D printer. So you are welcome to make a purchase. These are so useful. I use them for absolutely everything, and they are really robust. What I will say is you cannot use them for hot stuff. So if you're doing a coin that's going to heat up or a metal object that's going to heat up, it will melt it. I do make a specialized version, which you probably see in there. That's made from a material that will resist the heat, but it's not listed. It's so specialized I don't sell it. But if you're interested, let me know in the comments. And also, thanks for watching. I hope it's helped you take it easy.